Welcome back, audience. I have decided to turn off the sounds for industrial craft. They were causing a significant amount of lag in certain areas, so I went ahead and turned those off. Looks like my steam engines are running out of power here. So let's get those filled up, and I want to show you something really cool about 1.1. Come on. Lava. I love you, lava. Come here, lava. Get into my bucket. I love you. Lava. Lava. Alright, fine. I hate you, lava. I'm coming over here. That's right. What are you going to do now? Oh, that's right. You're going to fill my bucket. That's what you're going to do. And you're going to like it. Because you've got no choice. Alright, so I'm keeping these powered with lava buckets because it lasts way longer and doesn't cost matter to make wood, which I was burning into charcoal. So, what I want to show you, the first thing I want to show you today is that I have been getting plenty of UU matter from my little farm here, and I have placed my overclocker upgrades into my recycler, and you can just imagine what that does. But you don't have to, actually, because I'm about to show you. So in the past I always built like gigantic recycler farms with cobble generators attached to them to create tons of scrap to feed to my mass fabricator so that I could get UU matter really fast. Well, I've decided I just want to do that with one recycler. So as you can see, it's a significantly faster process. If I take them out and put in a stack, you can see it takes like 2 seconds or so per item, but with the upgrades in, it is nearly instant. So I am going to be showing you how I made this, because this is something very cool. That's how I got the string, and I made that so that I could test this, what I just did. So I'm going to show you what it does first. Okay, you can make bones with UU matter, and you make your bones into bone meal. You place your bone meal right here, and you get flax. This deployer places the flax. This deployer deploys bone meal. Now I could technically do that with one deployer, but building the machine is easier if you do it with two, because then you don't have to send 2 pulses to one deployer. So then I've got 2 breakers. The 2 breakers, they break the flax at both levels, and I've got a filter right here with seeds in it so that all the seeds go back into the seed deployer, and the rest, which is all string, goes into this chest right here. And anytime this deployer fills with seeds, the excess seeds will go in here. So we can take all of these seeds out and come over here and just drop them in our recycler, and it will make lots of scrap for us nice and fast, which is extremely useful. I'm going to make 1 stack of scrap here, and once I have a stack, I'm going to put it into my mass fabricator. We should get a big increase in speed, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with that system. I'm actually probably not going to show you how to build this in this episode. I'll probably make a tutorial for you guys to see. You can turn it on to stop the whole thing from running. It actually sends power, but the tutorial will use a timer so that whole process won't be necessary, because the way I have to start this is should I put that all back? Is kind of annoying. I have to turn off this, okay, and you can see the power stays on. So I have to break this and then replace it at a certain I can either break it, wait for all the power to turn off and place it, and then turn power on and back off quickly, or I can break this and then replace it at just the right time to turn this system on. But the one that I do in the tutorial, it won't need that, but the basic rundown is there's water under that deployer. The water keeps the soil fertile. Okay, you till it with your hoe, and then you have one deployer place a flax, one deployer bone meal it, it grows, these two breakers go off, and it goes through the system. So what I want to change about this is I want to get all of this stuff out of here, okay, and put as much as I can into here, and we'll place another chest. This is a project table, by the way. Project tables are awesome. They are built using this recipe right here. It's actually the recipe I have in the project table. And the way this works is you can put materials into your project table. The reason it went up here instead of down here is because I have convenient inventory installed, which I'm actually thinking about removing because it sends things to places I don't like. It's supposed to put it into the inventory, and if you don't have convenient inventory, it will do that correctly. And you won't have the problem I just said. So you put stacks of all the different materials to make things into your project table, and then you could just, if you close it and reopen it, it's still there. You could just build that thing very quickly. So that is very cool. Let's see, how much of this can I get out? It looks like I need a chest. Whatever will I do? Well, I can't make it out of scrap, I'll tell you that much. Okay, so we'll drop that momentarily, or briefly, and this. I'm going to place down my chest right here. Okay, and we're going to put some of my machines and various mod stuff in here for the time being. Okay, and then we're going to take the rest out of here, and I am going to break this down because we're going to use it. Alright? So, my plan is I am going to place an ender chest over here instead of the chest that's there. Okay, so we're going to break this guy, and then we're going to place an ender chest in its place, okay, which is empty for now. Pull string out, put string in the ender chest, okay, and then I am going to go and fetch the other ender chest that I have in my base and bring it back, so I will return shortly. Okay, so another quick thing I wanted to show you guys is that after I updated to 1.1, all this pine forest turned to snow on the ground, which is awesome news because I really miss snow. Haven't seen it since 1.8.1. I know it existed in 1.0, but it was still kind of rare. I didn't really see a lot of it, and I miss the stuff. It's really nice. Maybe we'll make some snow golems, find us some pumpkins, and see if we can get them to aggro some monsters. That'll be some fun. Anyway, for now, I am going to actually be collecting wood, and I'm not sure if I've shown you how I do this normally, but I just plant a tree and then bone meal it, and chop it down, and repeat the process. So I'm going to do that for a while, and I'll be back. I did also want to point out that my power system here with the water mills is back to functioning again. So what happened is there was a bug in PR4D for Red Power 2, and that bug has now been hotfixed. So PR4D, the fix for the bug is in PR4D, and it's been re-uploaded. So if you go and re-download the machine zip file from Red Power 2 PR4D, if you were having trouble with your active watermill system, then that should fix it. Just close Minecraft, download that, put it in your mods folder, reopen Minecraft, and go into your world, and everything should be back to normal. So now I don't have to depend as much on this geothermal generator, which is great news. I'm going to place my induction furnace back down. I've been doing some reorganizing here. And I do need some cobblestone, but I don't have any, so that's okay. I will probably just make some smooth stone out of UU matter. So I've collected my ender chest here, and I am going to go back to the nether after I grab some food, and you'll see me right after this. Okay, here I am back at my nether base, and I am going to take my project table here, and I'm going to put some chests in here and get my wood planks in here, and we'll build some crafting tables, get those in there, and I think we're going to need some more stone, so let's see, 16 is good for now. We'll put 16 stone in there as well, and I do want one of these because I am going to make more, and each one is going to be for something different. I'll just show you what I did at the end of the episode. There's no reason for me to bore you with that. So let me show you my plan for this device. It's going to get more and more complicated as my episodes go on because I have a few plans that are not going to fit all into one episode. But for now, we have this ender chest, and when this system is active, string and sometimes seeds go into the ender chest. So what we need is for a way to get our string to go... I thought I had a filter. So I'm actually going to have to pause for a moment to get my filter, but for now I'm still going to show you kind of what I had in mind. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place my ender chest probably here, okay? And then I'm going to build this out so that I can get around it. The string will be here, and I will have a filter here that pulls string out, puts it in my recycler, okay? And then on the recycler on the back, I'll have a filter here that pulls the scrap out and places it in the mass fabricator. Okay, and the idea here is I want to keep my mass fabricator supplied with scrap as often as possible. I got a lot of people mentioning that in the last episodes my steam engines were flashing red, and that's okay as long as they're flashing red and not solid red. And in my experience thus far, they do not become solid red, so I have nothing to worry about with these. They won't explode, okay? I was under the impression originally that steam engines couldn't explode at all. Bye, little pig man. However, I am wrong about that. They can explode, but it doesn't look like in this setup that they will explode, because I've stood next to it for quite some time and not had any problems. And in fact, I may need to rethink this plan, because now that I think about it, the items have to go in the top slot, which means a pipe's going to have to go in top. But I don't think that'll be that big a deal. It'll look a little ugly for now, but I plan on moving all of this sooner or later anyway. What I want to do is sooner or later I want to move over to that nether fortress and build something nice over there that's attached to that. While it's going to be a very, very long time, sooner or later, as you can see, I will run out of lava in this area, and I'm going to have to move anyway, but it'll probably be a very long time before that happens. So for now, I am going to set up a few more project tables and get that filter ready, and I'll be back. Alright, so I'm back, and I've started my system back up. You can see that the string is leaving the box. It's coming over here, and this was a lot more complicated than I thought it would be, but basically what I did was I put a filter, okay, in front of my recycler here, which is pulling scrap out, and it's actually sending it, you don't see it, but it's sending it under the mass fabricator, because the bottom slot is where we need that scrap to go. And then I've got another filter over here that is on this crazy redstone repeater timer thing because I'm too lazy to make a red power timer, even though they're way better. I am at some point just going to make a project table with a timer in it so that I don't have to care about that anymore. But basically the idea is this filter here has 16 string and 16 flax in it. So when this chest fills with either string or flax, it will pull them out and it will put them in my recycler automatically, which will create scrap for me, which will get sucked out and placed in my mass fabricator, and hopefully hopefully it won't jam up ever. I don't think it will. Let's grab some more bone meal. I used a lot to build this system, so let's keep this guy going and see if we profit, because that is what I'm looking for. I'm looking to profit in UU matter. The energy is obviously not a problem with this ridiculous amount of geothermal generators, and they're all powered without a problem. Scrap is definitely going in, and it's going into the right slot, so I think we are in good shape for now. I think this system could be made a little bit faster, but I think it's a problem at this end and not at the other end. Right now, this system is like 8 ticks, because there's 4 ticks here and 4 ticks here. I really need to just not be lazy and make myself a real timer, so that, you know, I might be able to slow this down to 3 and this down to 3, go from 8 to 6. Let's see how that works. Yes, that works too. So I just took 2 ticks off of my time, and that should speed the process up a little, allowing this chest to fill a little bit faster. And once I get to a saturation point where the deployer fills with seeds and it starts having to give the seeds to the chest, then this system will work a little bit faster. But for now, it is a little bit slow. I do honestly believe that I'm going to profit here, though. So we'll see what happens. I'm already out of bone meal, though. It looks like you need a good amount of bone meal to really get the whole thing moving, you know? So I will try to make a tutorial on this system over here, except the tutorial will demonstrate the way the system actually should be built. This is a kind of a tossed together version that uses way more resources than are necessary. And I did want to show you what I did with my project boxes, my project tables. I've got filters here so that I can get that anytime I want. And the one thing that's not in here is pistons. Well, that is solved over here. I've got pistons right here. Over here I've got my bones so that I can make bone meal. And over here I've got project tables so that I can add more project tables to the system. I will be taking one of these and making a timer project table. But for now I need to set up my machines so that I can get an induction furnace hooked up in the Nether, and that way I can cook up any metals that I get using this system. And it's looking like for now this is not really profiting me nearly as much as I would have liked it to, but I am still definitely turning a profit, because I didn't really have any UU matter to begin with, and now I have 3 from while it was running and 4 currently. If I could speed this up, we might do a little bit better. And in fact, I think that an automatic tree farm here would probably get me more material, because this system somehow has bone meal in it. That's a bug I've run into a few times now, actually. If anyone else has noticed with deployers, sometimes you'll have something in your deployers, and as you can see here, there's no way of anything getting into this deployer, and your deployer, an item will turn into another item for some reason. It's really weird. Anyway, so that's today's episode. It wasn't much, but we've got some cool systems in place here. Once I get a little bit more established resource-wise, I think we'll be able to keep it running a lot longer. I'd like to make some trips to the overworld and get more iron and make more geothermal generators. And I probably won't be able to get you a tutorial on this tonight, but before the week is out, I will have a tutorial on how to do this Flax system. It's actually fairly easy. So that's today's episode, and if you would like to see announcements or anything like that, I have a forum that is linked in my description, and you can always come and chat with me. Link also in the description, and thanks for watching.